What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a good day. Some very positive price action, a much stronger than expected bounce off the interest rate announcement last night. Surprising, but not really so surprising if you know what you're talking about in the markets. And I'm going to go over today exactly which analysts were correct and which analysts were incorrect about predicting that market bounce. We'll also go over some news involving Solana and Algorand. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at bencryptoshow. Hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoy the content here, and let's begin. Markets are looking great. Bitcoin 23,800, Ethereum 1730. These points are very important because Ethereum, especially with Ethereum, there's a lot of leverage outstanding, especially a lot of short leverage, and it is a rumor that there's liquidation points around 800, 1850, 1900. So if Ethereum can keep going up, then my prediction would be once we get to that 1800, 1900 range, there's going to be a lot of short liquidations, meaning the prices are just going to shoot straight up quickly, a couple $100. So I think we'll get quickly into the 2000, 21, 2200 range if we can get into the 1800s. To watch for that. Bitcoin, there's also a lot of leverage, not quite as much as Ethereum right now, just because of the merge. A lot of people open futures contracts surrounding that. But markets are looking good. So the key price point with Bitcoin, we want to get up to 24,000. This is last week. This is the 1 month chart here. Last week, remember, we got up to right around 24,000. Then got pushed back. It took about a week to get up to that point again. Right now, we're at 23,700. So we're right about there. So if we can get past 24,000 on the BTC side, then we've broken resistance. Plus, we're going to get some of the liquidations. But if we don't get up to that point, then probably with the weekend coming and price action is a little calmer, then we'll probably hold lower. We might go back down to 23, maybe 22. And then next week we'll probably build up again. But I do think next week especially is going to be very bullish. So even if we don't make the resistance here, I think next week we're definitely going to blow through it. There's going to be a lot of altcoin activity. What happens when there's these interest rate announcements the whole week, there isn't really too much development on the altcoin front because teams, if they have big announcements like partnership announcements, they tend to delay those announcents. They don't want them around a big macro event like interest rates because you don't know what direction the market's going to go in. And then if the market was to, go down significantly yesterday and the team had an altcoin announcement today or yesterday or the day before, the positive effect of the partnership announcement would be lost. It would get buried. So teams tend to delay their developments, their activity until the week after these big macro events. So next week, you can expect a lot of market activity, a lot of altcoin buzz, a lot of altcoin announcements. And I think if we don't push past this 24K resistance today, I think we're definitely going to do it next week, probably late Monday, Tuesday. I'm expecting major bullish activity. We might still plow past it today. We shall see. So somebody put up this chart here. So yeah, this tying in with the liquidations here, this is the amount of leverage outstanding on Binance. This is pretty interesting here. With Ethereum, there's twice as many open short positions than long positions. Twice as many. So 36% of the total Ethereum leverage is in longs buys, and then 63% is in shorts. So twice as many. It's usually right around 50-50. So that's almost unheard of. So what this shows is a lot of people are just going to be wrong here, basically. All these shorts, a lot of people were really predicting a much more significantly negative reaction to the interest rate announcement. It did not react that way. So if prices keep going up, especially in Ethereum, as I said, you're going to see a lot of liquidations on the short end, meaning their positions are just machine-like, canceled out, sold, closed, whatever you're talking about. That's what liquidations work, and then prices just immediately jump up. Bitcoin, about the same thing. There's still more shorts on Bitcoin, too. It's closer. It's 55% of total futures positions on Binance are short. 45% are long. So it's still more shorts. There's not as many futures contracts in Bitcoin as Ethereum, as I mentioned, because probably with the merge, people just got more excited betting around that. But yeah, this is just a lot of outstanding leverage. A lot of people are short. A lot of people were expecting that one last nuke. A lot of people were expecting a big dip against the interest rate announcement. It just goes, if you go on crypto Twitter, for example, the sentiment has just been much more negative. Many more people were just expecting much bigger dips. I wasn't. I was kind of positive the whole week. I thought it might have a slight dip, down a couple percentage points, and I said it would shoot back up a couple hours later. It didn't even have the slight dip initially. It just went immediately So it just proves the point that by and large, no more people are wrong than right in the markets. Even the experts, more people are wrong than right. Ever all these experts in crypto Twitter, the vast majority of them are expecting one more nuke. And the futures positions, this is generally the more advanced traders who have more money, so that would go in line with the experts. And there's many more short positions than long positions. So it's not done yet. We haven't blown past the short liquidations yet, but I think we're definitely going to, either this week, and if not this week, next week. And if you're in one of these short positions, not financial advice, you might want to close that out. I definitely don't see the market swinging to the negative pending some just 1 in 1,000 random nuke or black swan events, which I don't see happening. I'm seeing a lot of upward momentum here. So that's all bullish. So let's move to the end. I mean, I don't want to call people out, analysts, but here's just some things. These people, they do good research, they make good charts, they sometimes have a good feel for the markets, but these are people with big followings who just missed the interest rate call last night, the price action yesterday surrounding this call. They just missed it bad. I mean, this guy has some good stuff. Pentoshi, 600,000 followers approximately. This is the tweet he put out 2 days ago. The bulls can continue to fight, but no matter what, they're surrounded and will run out of supplies eventually, or they can capitulate and give in. Both results are the same in the end. The Fed will crush them before it's over. War of attrition. Nope. The interest rate announcement came out yesterday. No negative reaction. Literally within minutes, prices started shooting up, and they're continuing to shoot up. He hasn't really been posting much since then, but this is a guy, he's a good guy. He's probably a nice guy, but 600,000 followers. He completely missed the call surrounding the interest rate announcement here. On Capo Crypto, again, he made the good call that there was going to be a nuke when we went from 20,000 to 17,000. He was correct on that, but he's kind of held steady, held a little too stubborn in my opinion. He's still a good trader, but maybe you put this up right before the interest rate announcement yesterday. Popcorn time, don't trust this pump. Around FOMC, I mean, there was no popcorn. The announcement came up. There was no negative action whatsoever. Stayed the same and then just went up. So that's kind of a missed call there. I mean, this guy here, Altcoin Psycho, he has good stuff too, but I'm not really sure what he meant. He tweeted this yesterday. People celebrating 75 basis point hike as if it's bullish. Twitter completely lost its mind. I'm not really sure what he's trying to say here, but yeah, people were selling. It was either going to be 75 or 100. So people were relieved it was 75, but people were celebrating that there was no negative price action right afterwards. That was reason to celebrate. In my mind, because it shows just the shock, panic selling, the shock effect of the interest rate announcements is wearing down. It caused much more panic selling months ago, and people are just used to these announcements right now. It just doesn't shock them the way it used to. So that is reason to celebrate in my mind. I mean, Crypto Tony, again, he has good stuff, but he's calling out Crypto for being bullish 2 weeks ago. Crypto writes, I am bullish. It's, please tell me how you have 1 million followers. Well, Crypto was right to be bullish, that Bitcoin and Ethereum in the market has gone up since then, so I'm not sure what's up with that. And then he was also sort of negative surrounding the interest rate announcement yesterday, so he's been very, very bearish on his calls here. So yeah, you just got to kind of watch. Followers just don't really, it doesn't really have anything to do with how accurate somebody is. And the best traders are only right 62% of the time. They're not right 95% of the time. The best traders in macro hedge funds, 60 to 62% of the time. So not everyone's going to be right. Here's one guy who did make the right call, so Michael Van de Pope. He put out this article, and he put out this tweet about 6 hours before the announcement. Top crypto analyst says traders putting too much emphasis on the Fed names as top altcoin projects. So he says that based on the relatively calm action in the markets in the day before the interest rate announcements. Here, it's funny though, European stocks are actually doing well. U.S. stocks are consolidating. Bitcoin and crypto down 15%. People in the crypto space are putting way too much emphasis into the FOMC meeting. So he was correct. The market had almost no reaction to the FOMC meeting. It just went up afterwards. The reason, obviously, people were putting too much emphasis on it was it's understandable because the last FOMC meeting with the interest rates, that's what caused the nuke. This right here, this is what caused it from 30,000 to 23,000 in literally a day or two. So there was sort of some fear surrounding that. I put a lot of emphasis on this interest rate meeting just for this reason too. So it's understandable, but he was spot on correct in that the interest rate announcement was just overhyped and it didn't have a negative effect on anything. Here's some more, here's some interesting data. So I guess 318, so even though there's more short leverage than longs in Binance and then in both Bitcoin and Ethereum, I guess 318 million in open contracts at a 10.5% APR has been added on FTX. So the positive APR, that just means that there's much more of a demand right now in the last day for long contracts than short contracts. So what it shows is even though there's more short outstanding than long leverage, a lot of people changed their minds since the announcement and are entering in heavy amounts to long leverage contracts. So you're going to start to see the ratio closer to 50-50, the amount of outstanding leverage long versus short. Whew. Let's move on here. This is kind of a cool concept, totally. Nothing really to do with trading or whatnot. Solana set to open IRL, that means in your local region, retail store, and Web3 in New York City. So they're open sort of like an Apple-looking store. This is the picture here. It looks kind of funky. And then I guess it's in Hudson Yards. What is it here? We've seen a few of these before. Like there was a Bored Ape Yacht Club restaurant that opened up. We haven't seen a store just for a blockchain like this. This is the first one. So inside the store, you'll learn how Solana works, what Web3 is. You'll be set up with a wallet, your first NFTs. They'll guide you through your first on-chain transactions. And it will be like a cultural center or embassy for Solana. So this is the first blockchain to do this in crypto. So it's a revolutionary concept. I think it's kind of cool. I like the design there. So the store has been built. It hasn't been open to the public, but that is a real picture of it that I showed you, the design and everything. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's going to be successful or not? I think it's going to be kind of cool. Like, it's more about brand awareness, I think. You're not like an Apple store. It's all about just profit per square foot. And then the stores that are just not profitable per square feet or less profitable, they're closed down. This isn't like that. You're just not going to be profitable per square foot in this kind of store. People setting up wallets and that kind of stuff. They're not like buying high value products or anything. So this is more just about general adoption and then brand awareness. You know, you get on the store, it gets you excited, you learn about the new product, you talk to the people, you go out there with a buzz. And then once you've gotten over the initial sort of sticking point of setting up the wallet, learning how it works initially, hopefully you will continue to use it. So it's going to be kind of a tough metric to measure. How much revenue and how much continued wallet downloads and uses they're going to get beyond what people do in the store. But it's definitely going to be very effective at building brand awareness. Just as long as they can get past, it's probably not going to be profitable per square foot in the traditional metrics that most retail stores set up. Moving on, Algorand CEO Stephen Kokinos departs, interim replacement name. This was a little surprising. So this guy here, the Algorand CEO, he resigned yesterday. It's a little surprising because Algorand has their big World Cup sponsorship coming up in 3 months in November. They're the lead blockchain sponsor, which is kind of a big deal. Sports, there's been a lot of dollars thrown out. So the World Cup is the biggest stage of them all. They're the lead crypto blockchain sponsor, more so than Binance, Coinbase, FTX. They are number one. So I guess he just kind of knows he's probably been ready to retire for a while. I'm guessing he just kind of doesn't really want to, he might as well quit now as opposed to afterwards, because he knows the work's really going to pick up. It's going to be busy as hell in the next 3 months, so just quit now beforehand. I don't think it's any, it doesn't really reflect negatively on the company or anything. And the token price did not respond negatively. I think it was actually up yesterday on the news, so I don't think there's anything sort of suspicious or negative going on there. Last story of the day, step counter app Sweatcoin raises $13 million to fund a leap into Web3. This is a project I covered a few months ago. It's been around a while. They first created in 2015. They flirted with crypto then. 2018, in that bull run, they flirted with crypto again. Now they're finally launching. They've raised $13 million. from Near Foundation, Jump Crypto, from Polkadot's co-founder, from Polygon co-founder, from the Civic co-founder. They have 100 million registered users. I'm not quite sure how accurate that number is. As I said in my last video, it sounds a little high, but they've been around for a while. They do have a user base. It's the important part. Altcoins, obviously, what's trendy changes very fast. So 3 months ago, when I covered this, move to earn hadn't yet peaked. It was all the rage. Then about 2 months ago, move to earn kind of peaked a little. It's been sort of on the downswing. That's why crypto is tough. The trends, they change very fast, so they still could be successful. It's just when they first started talking their funding a few months ago, probably better timing than it is now. But no, they got a good team that could still be hit. That's it for now. I'll be back with a new episode tomorrow. Keep watching that price action. Hopefully we'll just shoot past the 1800 Ethereum breakpoint and the 24,000 Bitcoin resistance point. If we do go past those, expect prices to just keep rising. If they don't, expect a slight pullback this weekend, and then I think next weekend we'll definitely plow through it. See you everyone tomorrow. Until then, this is Ben. Catch you later.